My name is Tadecash, the oracle of rental income investing. And yeah, well, some people don't like, young people don't like us saying that, but the essence of today is for me to share something very interesting with you. Something that I strongly believe that if you live by it, it can change your life. Now, I want to ask you, if I'm about to give you a gift of a man that does not, did not really go to school, is not in America, right in Africa, in Nigeria, he did not really go to school, he was once a tailor, he was once a petty trader, and then he learned how to trade, assets in an amazing, phenomenal way. And today we can say categorically that he owns up to about 20% of the assets in the capital city of Africa called Neighbours. This man has been able to build asset. He has been able to build asset from the nook and cranny, the mainland of Lagos to the island of Lagos, in the commercial nerves of Lagos. And when we're talking about Lagos, we are simply talking about Africa. Because I hope some of you know very well that Lagos is bigger, the population of Lagos is bigger than more than 30 states, 30 countries in Africa. When you're looking at Lagos, you're looking at a state where, everyone move into this state. By the way, in case you don't know, studies from Bloomberg says about 6,000 people move to Lagos every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, just calculate 6,000 people. Guys, you can do your math. 6,000 people times 10, that's how many numbers now? That's about 60,000 in 10 days. In about 20 days, about 120,000 people would have moved to Lagos. That means in 30 days, about 180,000 people. Now do that math in 10 months. That's about 1.8 million. Do that math in 10 years. That's more than 18 million people we're going to be coming to Lagos. Now, what about the man that now own about 20% of that city called Lagos? How did he own that place? What did he do? If you've ever read a book called The Compare Strategy, where I explain, some tools on how to make that happen. But that's not the essence right now. The essence is there are fundamental things that can make you change from owning asset from instinct to a desire. Some people, when you ask them, where did you buy this asset and increase in value? They're able to make you money. They'll say, God, it's just the grace of God. That G factor is what they follow. They will tell you, oh, this is it. But there are some other people that follow the D factor, the design, factor. They understand what to look forward to. So let me tell you, who is this man I'm talking about? Let me take the cat out of the box right now. Who is the man I'm talking about? Who is the man that owns about 20% of Lagos? Who is this man that owns properties in Ikoyi and on the island, Victoria Island, own properties in Apapa, own property, his name is called Razaq okoya, Mr. Razak Chief, or the people call him Alaji. He's an old man now. You popularly know him as Eleganza. If you have been to, VI or going to Lekki or been to a place called VGC, opposite that place you will see Eleganza Garden. So before that place you will see Oluwani Shola building. That building is as massive as Asoro. This man owned all of these things. But what did he do? How did it happen? There are strategies he followed. What are the strategies he followed? This man understood what we call the laws, the gold rush of real estate. And this is very important to you. In the compare strategy, we talk about, where people can, what do you need to look forward to? Look at this man. This man followed the gold rush of real estate. I'm about to tell you the two gold rush right now. Because this is the thing that made this man own 20% of Lagos, and that changed his life. We call it Eleganza Okaya because that's the name of his business. Remember, if you're born in the 90s and you have to use a fountain pen, what they popularly call in Nigeria, called biro. If you have to use fountain pen, then there is two kinds of fountain pen. You either use a fountain pen called BIC, or you use a fountain pen called Eleganza. While back in school, we love to use Eleganza. You know why? Because the Eleganza pen is so smooth and so direct. And then back in the 90s, if you want to do parties, you need to put your food in the cooler. Guess what happened? There's only one major cooler most people use. Guess what they call it? It's called the Eleganza cooler. Now, but guess what happened? This man moved from this place and he moved into buying real estate. He moved into buying assets. He moved into buying things that can change. Now, look at what he did. This man that owned 20% of Lagos, he looked forward to the laws, the magical power of migration. He looked at where development is going. There was once upon a time, in a place in Lagos called Alabarago. Is a word they use where they sell goat and meat. This man owned mighty, massive malls, plazas. Then he moved to Apapa, Lagos, where then there is the shore, where you have the terminal. This man owned an amazing place. Then this man moved to Lagos Island around the Balogun market. He has a lot of stores there, a lot of high-rise building. Guess what today? This man owns buildings everywhere. But it's not magical. It may look magical to you, but there's no magic in what he has done. What makes him own the 20% of Lagos is very simple. It is something that you can learn. It is something that you can watch out for. There are two magical things. And I believe, in the next video, I'm going to be sharing with you these magical principles that make him, being able to do this thing. But the first thing is the magical power of migration. Looking at where people are going to. Mr. Razak Okoya always look at where people are going to. And guess what he do? He positioned himself there. He followed the CAC phenomenon. What is that? Cash turn into an asset and the asset produce cash flow. The money was generating from his other businesses and manufacturing. He was pouring it into assets where development is going. And today this man is in his 80s. Guess what he has done? He's been able to build wealth, not just for himself, but for his children. And then when you find out, what did he do? This man did not go to the conventional school, he did not have a PhD like you watching this video. But this is it. He has the understanding of wealth creation. He knew where wealth can be found, and then he was able to do it. Today, go to Lekki, go to Via, go to Ikoyi of Lagos, go to the Banana Island Access, go to that area, you will find it there. It seems to be hybrid omnipresent right now. It seems to have properties everywhere that is making money for him. Even in his old age, he's looking fresh. What did he do? It's what you can do today. What did he do? He's able to buy an asset. Let me tell you, your lifestyle can only be funded of the way by sweat or by asset. Razak Okoya understood better that he would need more money in his old age than when he was younger. Guess what he did? He's able to buy assets as a retirement plan, and he built his asset today. He's not just funding his life. But guess what happened? He can also fund the dream of his children. When this man is older and he's gone, guess what happened? He will still be speaking. Why? He will be speaking in the life of the children and the children and the asset that he has built. Let me tell you, there's no possibility in Mr. Razak Okoya that is not in you. There is a model, there is a template, there is a pattern. And you can learn the same. The wealthy people have an habit. They have an habit of, being focused on building wealth. This man enjoy, he has the biggest of cars, he has the whatever you want to call it. But guess what happened? These things are not being funded by his sweat. They're being funded by his asset. The older he becomes, the more money he has. Do you want to have more money the older you become? There is a model, there is a template, there is a principle, there is a pattern, there is an habit, there is a routine that you need to build. This is what this man has done. That's why he owns the 20% of Lagos. He owns 20% of Lagos because the cash that he generated, he did not flaunt it, play some balls with it. He used it to buy assets, and he buy those assets in a place where he can make it rich. Let me tell you something. Not all assets are not equal. You need to know how to buy assets that can make you rich. What Mr. Razak Okoya did, what I call the eleganza phenomenon, is that he was able to buy the asset, he was able to do this thing. In the last 20-30 years, he kept building his asset portfolio, his wealth portfolio. Today, this is it. No one can plan retirement for you. Your retirement is your fault. If you get to old age and you're retired, or you get tired, it's not because of the government or the nation where you live in. It's going to be strictly your fault. So plan for it. So this is what he did. This is what you can do. What are you doing with your money today? What are you going to do? Are you planning for your retirement from today? The man that owns 20% of Lagos is not fooling around when he was younger. What he did is to plan for his own retirement by buying assets in the places where assets will surely grow. Because he wants to be rich for sure. He doesn't just want to, just want to buy assets hoping that one day what he bought is going to make him money. So what are you buying today? Let me tell you something. You can buy your future if you know where to shop. Mr. Razak Okoya bought his own future because he knew where to shop. Today, that is the secret. I strongly believe as we watch out for more videos, I'm going to be sharing with you the magical principles that make it happen for him so that you can use it to build your own personal economy. And I strongly believe your personal economy is your forte and it is also your responsibility. This is Tadecash, the world cash flow man, the oracle of rental income. I will see you. Remember, keep making money, income follows asset.